Hi, my name is Carlos Perez. I started my YouTube channel just to share the experience and the events that happens in the hobby as we progress on the hobby. Uh, I always dream to have a formal fish tank, but the time in life I was unable to have it. But I always keep fish one way or another in ponds and tubes around the house, even in jar and vases. And as I got this 75 gallon tank, I cycle it and bought some fish that I always uh, wanted. Um, in a sense of rush, I overstocked the quarantine tanks. I had two 20 gallon quarantine tanks, but I overstocked it, and some diseases were spreading from one fish to another, mostly fungal infections and some fish rot. After the disease were controlled more or less with the salt and X treatment, I moved those fish to this aquarium to avoid the aggression that I was seeing and the death that I was seeing because of the aggression, because of different size of fish, different age. I never saw ick on the quarantine tanks where I kept the fish for about a couple of weeks before moving here. But after I moved the fish here on uh, July the 13th, I saw an outbreak of ick on this aquarium, and I want to share with you the kind of diary that I made as I was treating the aquarium, dealing with the problem. I started ick treatment with the uh, ick guard, which is basically acryflavine, and it recommends nothing about the lights, and I recommend not to raise the or didn't give any importance to raise the temperature of the aquarium. Uh, then I followed the instruction, add 8 taps of acryflavine, avoiding mostly to avoid the damage in the plants on the aquarium. I started on July the 13th with 8 taps. Uh, on July the 15th, I still saw it. Most of the ruminos and the neon tetra were the first to die. On the 17th, on July the 17th, there was more fish with it. I turned the lights off, increased the temperature to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, heating the whole room, not actually the tank. And then on the 19th, I changed water and add 7 more taps of E-Guard. Increase the temperature at the temperature was at 30 degrees, and it equal as 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Then on the July the 21st, still more ick were seen on the fish. More fish were dead. The temperature increase was at 30 0.7 degrees centigrade. And I started ick. X at 30 ml and no change of water, no more change of water from this point. On July the 22nd, I was seeing more fish with ick, and initiated the treatment with salt, uh, with 15 tablespoons of salt, aquarium salt, and also put a heater with the temperature set on 87 degrees Fahrenheit, which is equal as 31 degrees centigrade Celsius. Sorry, centigrade. On July the 25th, 19, I add another 15 tablespoons of marine salt and table salt with no additive. Basically was kosher salt that I bought at Costco, for a total of 2 tablespoons for every five gallons. I still saw econ fish, but much less and not dead. On the July the 26th, I saw no dead fish, but still econ Serpa tetra, but much less spots on the fish. Only a few spots on the fish. On July the 27th, 19, I saw still econ and Serpa tetra, but the appetite was good in general for all the rest of the fish, and no death was seen in any fish. On July the 29th, I saw no signs of ick that day. It was 16 days after started treatment in general, and 7 days after they started the salt treatment. On July the 30th, On July the 30th, I saw new signs of ick on a Tetra Serpa, but very few spots. On August the 2nd, no signs of ick for the first time since the series. On August the 6th, I saw one white spot on one Tetra One Rio that I consider not to take any risk and consider to be an ick, even when it was only one spot and very atypical of ick. But no more fish were affected, and I add 2 gallons of water and 2 tablespoons of more salt to the tank. And then on August the 7th, I saw no signs of ick. And plan to change water by August the 17th if no ick were seen. On August the 12th, still no ick. I saw one red spot in one Rio Tetra that I wanted to observe, but no significant melting of severe damage to the plants was seen so far. On August the 13th, the salinity, I took the salinity of the aquarium, and it was a little bit less than 0.004. The total of this tank salt added to this tank was 2 tablespoons for every 5 gallons, a little bit more than that. It was a 30 tablespoons on a 75-gallon tank. On August the 16th, on August 14, the 2019, I saw one Rio Tetra very sick, but mostly because an attack for another fish, but no ick it was seen on this fish. I took the fish out and observing in the separate um, container the fish died, but no signs of it were in the fish. On August the 16th, at night I turned the lights off and took the heater off, and no signs of it were seen on the tank, other than the partial melting of the hair grass microsorb, but the octopus and the cryptocorin, the pier weed, the dollar weed, the were actually not worse, and some of them thriving with this salinity on the tank. In general, the plants hold well. The shrimp on the tank hold well. Some pond snails and some um, staghorn snails uh, died, but in general, uh, there were still a lot of snails thriving in the tank with the salinity level. Um, Today on the 19th, I planning to start doing the water change, and then try to do a water change every day until the salinity is completely taken out of the tank. And it has been a long road since starting the treatment of EEC on this tank, and I really truly recommend to everyone to quarantine the fish at least 6 weeks, 45 days. That's a good quarantine. Be patient, and hopefully the uh, need for this long and really time consuming and um, disheartening process you will avoid with that quarantine. I always stress quarantine always. I hope everybody a very good day. Enjoy your hobby. Thank you very much. This is Carlos A. Perez. Thank you.